Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our mid-month update. So looking at the rest of November of 2021. This will be for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I'll do the timestamps. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you if you have. Keep an open mind. These are general. Take what resonates as it resonates with you, and be sure to watch all your signs. I'm using the Tarot of Oppositions and the Spirit Animal Oracle. And if you're interested in a private reading, the information is below, and I'm actually running a special on 6-month and 12-month forecasts, and that's on the specials page of my website and also linked below. All right, so let's get going. Looking at Gemini. What's going on for Gemini for the rest of November 2021? Gemini for the rest of November 2021. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Ace of Cups, Four of Swords, Death in the past, Judgment in the future. There's something on offer for you, Gemini, that has to do with a reconciliation. Bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles. You haven't moved on from this. They haven't moved on from this. There's a sense of unfinished business here, and someone's making an offer. It could be an Earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, or that's their sun, their moon, their rising. But there's something offered here, okay? In your challenge with the Two of Swords, you're very indecisive about it. On the one hand, you want to say no, rejected, this is done, I don't want to look at this again. On the other hand, there's still emotional attachment there with that full moon. And with the Four of Pentacles, like I say, you haven't moved on either. You haven't opened your heart since this person left. Does that make sense? However that makes sense. Look, Four of Swords in the foundation. There's been, you haven't seen this person, you haven't spoken to this person, but also you have been closed off. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Two Fours. Fours are stability and structure, but it can also be rigidity and putting up a wall, okay? Being closed off, inflexible. Recently, Death card, Scorpio energy, but for some of you in the recent past, something happened where there was communication, or you saw this person, or you came across one of their posts, or they messaged you, or you bumped into each other. I don't know. It took you right back to feeling how you did when it ended. But it's almost like it didn't. You know when some time goes by and you can't quite remember the bad times, you just kind of remember the good times in a relationship. So there's something there where it reminded you of the painful ending, but at the same time it reminded you of the good times, because there's some hope that is coming into the situation. And you're really, so that's put you currently where you are, really looking at things very closely and thinking about the future and thinking about the possibilities. That would this have long-term potential? What's on your mind is the Ace of Cups. Like I say, there's still a lot of feelings here. There's feelings that have been closed off or not expressed, and you're thinking about expressing them. So you're thinking about telling someone how you feel, or extending that cup and, proposing a new beginning, asking them out, whatever the case may be. This can be reconciliation with the Judgment card. This can be clean start, starting something over, starting fresh, starting from scratch. Let's pull a couple more on this Judgment. Yeah, the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. You view this person, male or female, Ace of Wands, you view this person as the one with the Empress, and you still view them as the one. and you may have been living the single life, having options, having attention, meeting people, dating people, but it's like they don't compare to this person in your eyes. Okay, they're the one for you. And I feel like the longer time passed, and the more people you met, and the more people you spent time with, and the more people you dated, or whatever the case may be, the more it just confirmed to you that this person is the one for you, or the more it just made you think about the good times with this person. And maybe that's something that shifted. Okay, maybe that's what shifted, and it's kind of made you hopeful, or at least less closed off and more willing to entertain the possibilities again when it comes to this situation. And this could be someone you have a lot of history with, but this could be someone where you don't necessarily have a lot of history. Maybe you just went on a couple of dates and it ended abruptly, whatever the case may be, but they're still in your space, they're still in your environment. Or it could be someone who's a friend, or even a coworker, I don't know. And there was a spark there, but it's like it was overlooked, or it was something happened where this Ace of Cups didn't have a chance to begin. Does that make sense? You were closed off, they were closed off, it was never the right time, whatever. There's been a clean slate happening here. There's been an ending of a cycle for you, for them, or whatever obstacles were in your path. And now this Ace of Cups has a chance to emerge and has a chance to, you can give it a chance and see what happens. And I feel like there's going to be some sort of communication here, and it can lead to a new beginning in your love life. It can lead to the end of you being single, because you end up marrying this person, having a family if that's what you want. Big transformations when it comes to love life if you're single, or if this is an ex, or if it's just a transformation of your love life, because now you're open to love, and it's actually right there. I feel like it's already around you. It's someone you already know, in whatever capacity you've interacted with them. It's someone you already know, because it's like you don't see them, but they're already there. Okay, and when you start to look for the possibilities, that's when you get to see them. Okay, does that make sense? So Gemini, I feel like I heard the ice around your heart is melting. Okay. So that's one scenario I'm getting. For others of you, I hear this is about moving. For some of you who've already moved because the Death card is in your past, after a time of waiting, after a time of searching, you're currently focused, Queen of Pentacles, on the home, beautifying the home, investing in the home, decorating the home, making the house a home with the Ace of Cups crowning you. Next steps, you could be pregnant, or your spouse, partner, whoever you're living with is pregnant. Because it's like one cycle ended, you're starting this new cycle, but already it's like it skips a level. You know what I mean? It goes further a level, because we have motherhood here with the Empress energy and conception. It's almost like they're looking at a baby, they're holding a baby, right? And with the Four of Pentacles here is like, okay, I have to start budgeting. I had a budget for the home. I didn't have a budget for pregnancy. I didn't take this into account. So for some of you, that's what's going on, okay? For others, you're now looking for a home. Ace of Cups on the mind. You're looking for a home. You're looking for a place to live. You're maybe looking for a more permanent residence, or to buy a place if you've been renting, or moving on your own. If you've been living with others, because you have enough money now, you've saved enough, you're ready to do this, you're in a stable financial position. And I still get, something you were closed off to. Once you give it another chance, I feel like it's something you already rejected, it's something you were closed off to, whether it's a home, a person, a job opportunity, or whatever. Something happens, okay, where you start entertaining it. You give it a second chance, you give it a second look. And actually sparks your interest, or it makes you feel like there could be something here. and you give it a chance, and it's actually something that's going to be bringing a lot of love and abundance, financial abundance, recognition, career progression, success with business, or true love in your life. Really nice, Gemini. You're going to have to tell me what it says. And if this is something that hasn't happened yet, and you have no clue what I'm talking about, you're still in this Two of Swords energy, and this is telling you, look around a little bit, see what kind of options you got going on, and that will be the catalyst. Okay? Advice for Gemini for the rest of November. Okay, I need one more. Bottom of the deck, Armadillo Spirit. Set healthy boundaries. Yeah, see, so the armadillo, I mean, you can't get through that shell, can you? And that's where you have been. Four of Swords, keeping everyone at arm's length. If this is you being closed off to love, you've been keeping everyone at a distance, keeping everyone at an arm's length, because you've been healing, okay? You've been trying to heal, trying to recover after a Three of Swords situation. And you've been keeping everyone at bay. And that's what this is. Overcome any obstacles, Rhino Spirit. Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. You're coming into a place of trust. You're coming into a place where you're willing to entertain possibilities, where you're willing to entertain the unknown, where you're not scared of the obstacles, where you're not, I feel like you're almost like calming down a little bit because you've been on guard. You've been in warrior mode. You've been in achieve mode, okay? Anything to almost like run away from what it is that you were closed off to. And you're coming to a place of, okay, I want to entertain it now. I feel better within myself. I feel more stable within myself. I want to entertain this, see what it could be. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, this is where you're ready to settle down. For others of you, there's already a foundation. So again, there's someone you've already talked to, dealt with, dated, that are in your environment one way or another. There's already a foundation there that you can develop. Okay, if you trust and give it a chance, as it were. But yeah, definitely moving here, putting down roots, beautifying, making a house a home, new relationships here, a second chance with relationships, however that makes sense to you. Definitely kind of lowering your guard and entertaining the possibilities brings you love, or brings you abundance, prosperity, new place to live, whatever this is. Okay, so I mean, I'll leave it there. You're gonna have to tell me what you're dealing with, but it's a beautiful reading, Gemini. So let me know how you resonate with you if you do, and I hope it helps you. Koala Spirit, Spirit has a plan, and a Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. So again, coming into that trusting energy, trusting the divine plan, relinquishing control a little bit, or the need to explain everything. Just kind of trusting things, taking a chance on things coming up. All right, looking at Libra, 1340 roughly. Hey Libra, thank you for joining us. Remember to watch the intro to the video as well, because there's information for you there. And please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and thank you if you have. I always forget to say that. What's going on for Libra? Libra for the rest of November. Libra for the rest of November. I feel like taking a deep breath. Knight of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Hard work paying off right there. Chariot. Success. Recognition. Ace of Cups in the foundation. Two of Wands in the past. Sun in the outcome, Libra. Whatever it is you're doing, keep it up. Four of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. I mean, success. This is money, stabilizing, making more money, paying off a debt. I also see that, a big debt. I mean, flipping it. Knight of Pentacles, nice and easy, wins the race. Hard work, sticking to the plan, persevering, not taking no for an answer, not questioning the plan, even though you don't see results right away. challenge, 6 of Wands. This is victory, this is independence, this is recognition. So maybe there's a delay in seeing the results. You know this victory is coming, you feel it coming. But there is maybe a delay, things moving kind of slowly, or you have to, something is being reviewed to make sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted, okay, something along those lines. Now this could be to do with the home. So for a lot of you, you're doing inspections, you're reviewing contracts, paperwork, mortgage, and it's moving. It's still a victory, okay? It's just, I feel like it's just saying, okay, let's not rush it, let's just make sure everything's done properly. You got it, but let's just make sure all the documentation is in place. You got it, but let's make sure, you know, we have all the paperwork we need, okay? It's that kind of energy. You got the home, you got the job, or, you know, this is taking a chance on love, proposal, and it's like, it's a yes, but someone's saying, let's not rush into anything, because I feel like you have the Chariot crowning you, Cancer energy for some of you are dealing with Cancer, but for others, this is like one of you or the other person, is like, I know what I want, I know this is it, let's go, let's do it. And the other one is like, okay, let's take a breath. Just make sure everything's done properly. Just make sure, you know, we do things properly because I want to make sure this lasts, right? 2 of Wands in the past. Someone made a decision and then just went for it. Okay, that's what this is. And even though there was the victory there, and there is the victory there, someone is saying, yes, but let's just make sure it's done properly. Yes, let's just make sure all the paperwork's in place. Well, yes, let's just make sure I have all the documentation I need to put this through for you. Yes, let's just inspect things, make sure this foundation is solid, right? That could be a literal situation with the home. Or, yes, but let's just make sure we move it slow so that we get to know each other, okay? And whatever. Or if it's a renewed connection, all the more reason for someone to say, yes, we're doing this, it's happening, but I don't want to rush into it and make the same mistakes we made before, okay, type energy. In the outcome, we have the Sun, victory energy, you get what you want, okay? So here's what it is. You could have instant gratification, and it would be the 6 of Wands, or you can slow it down, make sure everything's done properly, pay attention to the details, do it properly, and you have even a bigger win. Does that make sense? So do you want a smaller victory or do you want the jackpot? Okay, is your decision to make, Libra, but it's amazing. It's awesome. I also see like 2 things coming in. One coming in right away. It's a good situation, so you can go for it if you want. And you'll be tempted to jump all in. But there's something better coming in, a little bit more slowly than this. Option A, come in here now. You want to jump on it, you could. It's amazing. But option B is kind of coming in behind that. And if you don't take option A, option B is a bigger win. Does that make sense? Now, that could be, they offer you a job, you say yes, you go all in, start doing the job. That's it, it's my job, we're doing it. Awesome, right? Or they offer you a job, you say, yeah, okay, let's make sure everything's done properly. Do you have all my paperwork? Do you need this and that and the other? I'd rather make sure all of this, the logistics are complete before I jump into the role. And while that develops, there's something even better coming in. Does that make sense? You meet someone, you get together, it's amazing, it's a lot of passion, it could be great, okay? But if you go too fast, it'll kind of just be a momentary thing. Or it may fizzle out, or it may burn out, do you know what I mean? However, you do it properly, you get to know this person, you get to know each other, it could be the one for you, the one you end up settling down with, okay? So it's that kind of energy. Same thing with the home. Same thing with negotiations. Definitely. They offer you something. If you take the first thing, awesome. It's still amazing. But if you wait a little bit, or if you ask for time to think about it or something like that, they're going to think you're negotiating. They're going to think you're playing the game. You know what I mean? You're bluffing or something like that. And they'll be like, no, okay, we really want this. How about this then? And it's a bigger offer, right? So it's holding out, get to something bigger type energy. Give me more on this Sun. Eight of Swords, King of Swords. Yeah, so you don't see this something bigger. You don't see it, Eight of Swords currently. Okay? Either way, there's a contract being signed. King of Swords. There's a contract being offered. There's a contract being signed. There's a win. There's a legal win. There's a win in negotiation. But like I say, if you choose the first offer, it's still amazing. It's still awesome. I'm not saying don't choose the first option, right? I mean, trust your own intuition. You know your situation. What I'm saying here is, you choose the first thing that's offered, or you go all in on the first thing that's offered. You won't see the bigger possibility or the bigger payoff or the you know what I mean? But either way, this is an amazing opportunity. So I mean, it's like a win-win here. You just have to decide what you want or when you want it. Because for some of you, you don't want to wait for anything bigger. You don't want anything bigger. You want what's on offer here and now, right? So if it's like you're going for a supervisor's role, you're going through the process, and all of a sudden they offer you a manager role, right? But maybe you don't want to be a manager. Maybe you're like, no, I'm good with the supervisor because I also want to have a life. Right? I also want to focus on my family. I also want to have time for my kids. I just want the supervisor. Does that make sense? So it'll be up to you which one you go for. So let's see. Oracle energy for Libra here. Oracle advice for Libra for the rest of November 2021. Eagle, Spirit. Spirit has your back. So see, it's a win-win either way. Either way, you're good. Either way, you're safe. Either way, you're going to be stable. Flamingo, Spirit. Embrace the in-between. So there's transitioning happening here, changing job, changing location, where you live, changing status. And it's the in-between state, is as you're going through the process that more blessings are opening up to you. Fox, Spirit, think on your feet. So this is telling you, be discerning, be a little bit, not necessarily cunning or manipulative, but this is saying, okay, take a step back, don't rush it, see the bigger picture. Is this the best outcome? Do you want something different? Do you want something more? Do you want something better? Okay? Be rational about things. King of Swords energy, your energy. And Horse, Spirit, freedom is yours. Yeah, either way, things are moving. Again, Horse. We have the Chariot. We have the Knight of Pentacles. There's a horse in there. Six of Wands. There's a horse in there. There's a horse in here. Okay, things are going to be moving very quickly for you, Libra. That's why you have to think on your feet. Make quick decisions. You have to know exactly what it is that you want, so that when it's presented to you, you can go for it. And if it's not what's being presented to you, you'll be discerning and you'll know it's not what you want, so you can keep going so that you get to what it is that you actually want. Does that make sense? But I feel like a lot is going to be happening for you all at the same time, Libra. So again, be discerning, think on your feet, know what you want, okay? Know what you want. Now is not the time to settle or compromise, okay? Because you're going to get what you want. So think about it and be sure you know what that is before you open your mouth and express it, because that's what you're going to get. So if you're in a negotiation situation and you're like, well, I really want 50,000, but I don't think they're going to give me that. I'm just going to say 35, and maybe we'll continue to negotiate. Or I'm just going to say 40, and then maybe we'll continue to negotiate. You ask for 40, they give you 40, end of story. You know what I mean? And it's still a good win. I mean, but what do you have to lose if you actually ask for what it is you want in the first place, right? So that's what I want you to consider. Just go for what you want. Go for broke. I hear, okay, go big or go home. Go for what you want. And if it's a new dynamic, slow it down, make sure it's done properly, because it can be something awesome in the moment or awesome for a short while, or it can be something that turns into your happily ever after. Okay? And you're gonna have to take it as it makes sense to you, but do let me know what you're dealing with. It's an amazing reading here. It's a win-win. You just have to figure out what it is you want, right? Which choice you want from the two winning choices. Does that make sense? That's not a bad position to be in, Libra. So I hope this reading helps you. And I'm looking forward to your thoughts. Tell me what this is. Tell me how things are playing out. And in the meantime, we're going to go to Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. Thanks for joining us. As always, remember to watch the intro as well. There's information for you there regarding private reading, specials, the decks I'm using, all that. Okay, so make sure to check out the intro as well. What's going on for Aquarius for the rest of November? Aquarius for the rest of November 2021. Seven of Swords, the World, King of Cups, Three of Wands, the Tower, Queen of Swords. Who's this water sign you keep dealing with, Aquarius? You can't quite let them go, or they're not quite letting you go, but every time you try again, it gets worse. Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I mean, I feel like for some of you in the weeklies, I've seen this, so check out your weeklies as well, because they're timeless, right? So you can check them out anytime. But there was and I'm getting the same energy here. You dealt with someone, you turned your back, there was a breakup, or it just didn't work out, whatever, you walked away. They made an unexpected comeback. This could have been, that night of passion, makeup, sex, whatever. But somehow, the same issues are there. Seven of Swords. You still have the same issues are there. Whatever was sabotaging the connection in the first place, still there. So regardless of the connection you have, regardless of the chemistry you have, regardless of the feelings you have, the sabotage is still there. Okay. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's emotionally immature, someone who's manipulative, someone who's moody, someone who controls. Yeah. And Queen of Swords in the outcome, again, this can be breakup energy, divorce, getting your heart broken again. Five of Swords, you're not. King of Wands. Five of Cups, yeah, here's that on again, off again energy. Nine of Pentacles, you're struggling, independence here. You're struggling with, I feel like it's you're the one, if I'm honest, Aquarius. There's sabotaging a connection because you're not quite ready to settle down, or you're not ready to settle down in the traditional way. And I feel like you're dealing with someone who wants the traditional way, and you can't give them the traditional way. Okay? And they can't give you what you want. So it's like, despite the fact that you love each other, or you care very deeply for each other, you want different things. And every time you try again. How about we try this? How about we meet in the middle on this? How about we compromise on this? The same issues keep coming back. Why? Because the foundation isn't there. Tower. The foundation isn't there. You want separate things to begin with. And it's something that is at your core. At your core, you want something different than what the other person wants at their core. Does that make sense? And no matter, it's kind of a sad situation here. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a little bit of a, no matter how much you care for each other, it's just never gonna work. And there are feelings, there's chemistry, there's attraction. But at your core, you just want different things. And even though you want to try, even though you're willing to try to give the other person what they want or what they need. It's not who you are, or it's not who they are. So it can be sustained. And the cycle keeps repeating itself. Okay? And that's your challenge. Your challenge is ending the cycle of sabotage. But in order to do that, you have to release this person, or they have to release you. Because regardless of the feelings, the chemistry, the attraction, at your core, you want different things. Okay, so either you redefine, but I feel like you've done it already. You've gone through the possibilities. You've gone through what if we try this and what if we try that. You've gone through what if we just don't put a label on it and see what happens. And it just keeps ending up the same way. Okay, I'm sorry, Aquarius. Give me more on this Queen of Swords and the outcome. Yeah, Six of Pentacles, Four of Swords. You're going to pull back yet again. Because you are looking at everything I just said. You are looking at the fact that there's no balance here. You are looking at the fact that it's one step forward, two steps back. The Empress, Five of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. And I feel like deep down you know that this isn't what you want. And that's what adds to what's sabotaging this connection. That's why you can't fully commit. That's why you can't fully invest. That's why you always hold back. It's a situation of you think it's the right person, but it's not the right situation. Okay? Or you know what outcome you want, but it's just not going to be with this person, despite your best efforts. Okay, I'm seeing like a bit of a hopeless situation here where no matter what you do, it's just not going to come together. It's not going to come together. The cycle will keep repeating itself. Why? Because at your core, you're different people. At your core, you want different things. I feel like there's a conflict between conventional and unconventional. One of you is essentially traditional, conventional. The other is essentially unconventional. And you can't pretend to be someone else. Even though you want to, you've tried. Both of you, it's not coming together. Because at your core, you're different people. You want different things. So it's kind of sad, but yeah. And it's not, I mean, yeah. Because I keep hearing, what if we just date, we keep it casual, we don't talk about the future, we don't talk about commitment, we don't talk about anything like that. But somehow, you go out, you see people, I don't know, someone gets drunk one night and just lets it all out because they've been trying to control themselves because, they've agreed not to talk about that, but they really want to talk about that, you know what I mean? And then that ends up in a breakup, in a no separation. I knew this wasn't going to happen. But then some time passes and you come back together. You're drawn back to each other. Why? Because there's feelings there. Yes, there's attraction. There's chemistry. Yes. And you start thinking, can't we make it work? Really? Can't we make it work? There's got to be a way. And then you try something else and it ends the same way. And it's just never ending. It's a situation, definitely dealing with the soulmate, but the problem is you're making it about the person, not the lesson. Does that make sense? Or they are. Take it as it resonates. In other words, the purpose of this person was to come into your life, push some buttons, trigger some things, and then take off, right? Disappear because they've served their purpose. And you're trying to hold on to the person. Or vice versa. Take it as it resonates, okay? You're trying to hold on to the person and to make it about, I want this person in my life, as opposed to, what have I learned from this experience with this person, right? When we switch the focus to the lesson and what it's trying to teach us about ourselves, the attachment to that particular person weakens, right? Because our focus is on learning what it's trying to teach us, the situation, the lesson, whatever. Okay, so it's easier for us to release the person and hold on to that lesson and that experience and try to figure out what it's trying to tell us about ourselves. Does that make sense? And I feel like that's what a lot of you are dealing with. Armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries. Yeah, you're struggling with that. Both of you are. But it's not because you're supposed to overcome obstacles or, fight for this. It's healthy boundaries. Keyword healthy. Healthy choices, healthy boundaries. When you know it's not going to work, put a boundary and stand by it. Okay, do the healthy thing. You recognize this isn't a healthy thing. You recognize it's turning into a toxic cycle, or it's already a toxic cycle in your life, a toxic situation, dynamic, relationship, whatever. Set healthy boundaries and stand by what is healthy for you, for everyone involved. Advice for Aquarius for the rest of November. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. Rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. Frog spirit, clear out the clutter. 28, that's a 10. Everything that was supposed to happen with this person has happened. This situation has run its course already, has served its purpose already. By allowing it to continue to drain your energy, it's turning into something toxic. Transformation is beautiful. Now is a lucky time. It's time for a fresh start. That transformation talks about you, not the relationship. How is that transforming you? What have you learned from this? And take swift action. Change is possible, but you have to take swift action. What kind of action? Set healthy boundaries, clear your space, clear your energy, clear the emotional baggage. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And I'm seeing this being between you and another person. I'm seeing romantic, but it can be with anything else in your life. It could be where it's different people, same situation, and you're trying to figure out why the hell the same thing happens to me over and over again. Well, this is why. Make it about the lesson, not the person. And I feel like that's going to be the turning point that allows you to finally graduate from this cycle and get off the hamster wheel. Four of Swords, healthy. Make healthy choices. Healthy boundaries. Pause. Give yourself space. Give yourself time away from this to balance out your approach. Six of Pentacles, healthy. Healthy balance. Healthy give and take. That's what it needs to be. And that's what this particular situation is not. And you're being asked to assess your investments, whether it's to do with emotions, with money, with your time, where you put your energy, and clear out what is unhealthy. That means imbalanced, right? Downright toxic, obsessive, just a black hole, or it's not producing results, or it's not reciprocating, or whatever it is, and clear it out. That's your lesson here. It's about setting healthy boundaries, saying no more, saying this isn't good for me, this isn't healthy for me, saying I'm not getting anything out of this situation, this isn't going anywhere, I choose to take my resources and invest in something else. It's meant to teach you who you are, what you deserve, what you're willing to put up with, what you should and shouldn't accept. You're going through, I hear, spiritual boot camp, where everything's being thrown at you, or the same thing's being thrown at you, until you learn to react differently, until you learn to speak differently, until you learn whatever it is it's trying to teach you about yourself. But it has to do with healthy boundaries, self-respect, self-love, and learning what is you want so that you avoid getting on a hamster wheel that's, leading you nowhere, but you didn't know what you wanted in the first place, so you kind of got confused and went for it, and then before you know it, it's a few years that you've lost from your life. You know what I mean? So I'll leave it there. Let me know what this is for you, okay? And if you are dealing with this kind of situation, let me know how it's playing out. But I do hope the reading helps you, because it's never easy. I've been there. It's not easy. But when we switch up the focus and we just try a different approach completely, it usually means setting up some different boundaries and sticking by them. Something switches in our brains, something switches in our energy, and that translates into something switching in our environment, okay, for the better. So, I hope this helps you. I'll leave it there. I'm looking forward to your thoughts. Make the most of the month, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.